Alright. Stream's starting now. Alright everybody, welcome aboard to the stream. Gonna be on Raid Dragonica today, and we're gonna be doing and you probably can tell by the stream's title, I want that stinking thing. So this stream's gonna be a bit basic. It's gonna mostly just be spamming Elga. Let's spam Elga hard mode. We're going to try and get that burning piece of power. We really want to get it. It's the last major upgrade I need before I can just start passively farming socket hammers and elements to get. Because I could also just get plus 20, but I'd rather not. I'd rather not have to, like, you know, blow through. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm fairly close to plus 20 also, but because I've been passively getting plus 20 also. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm 13 fails from plus 20. That's not super expensive, but I'd rather the burning piece of power is a bigger power spike, and I don't really need the slight extra speed boost from that. I'd rather get the burning piece first now. I managed to get lucky, plus 17 to 19. So, this is not going to just be solo runs, though. If you guys want to run and come farm Elga hard mode, there is going to be a gear score requirement. It is 310. You will need 310 gear score if you want to join in. I will keep the party open for a bit in between runs in case people want to join. There we go. Bit of update to the gear. I'm doing a lot of off-screen, just daily runs and stuff. Legend of the Belt, randomized it. Got a really good roll here. Let's see what else I did in particular. Oh, right. Legend of the Helmet. Randomized some of the accessory set. Really good rolls here. See, I'm going to wait a little bit before in case anyone wants to join. Alright, guess not. Oh, also the update with the DPS meter, if anyone can see the DPS meter. Ah! I got the achievement right as I entered the map, that's funny. I'm not even that high ranked achievement point wise. Yeah, 69. Nice. No FR stream because of the music. Not kind of a mix of that, like, because I would have to play with audio muted mostly, except for game audio. That, and also, like, I was just thinking, like, debating which of the two I wanted to do. Like, do I want to grind the Swordmaster, just play, and just kind of be for the slower early game? Hold on, let me see if I could fix the audio really quick. There we go. Half the volume. I'll try and mix up the stream. I'm trying to see, like, if I want to mix up the streams, basically, like do like one raid, one FR, or like do more FR depending on what the content is. Because, like, I'm gonna eventually, like, hit that point in FR where it'll mostly just be me trying to level up to like 80, 85, 90 to get actual gear in that server. Kind of I'm kind of reaching like that point where it's like once you hit the 80s in FR, and I'm like almost 70, so I'm gonna start getting there. You'll start to see like some of like the difficulty curves. Like, trying to describe it. I'm mostly just gonna be. Good luck for Burning Peace. Thank you. But also because of the music, and I never really, yeah, the music is a bit too loud. I did lower the volume. I'm trying to make sure. It doesn't feel that loud, to be honest with you. I dropped a concentrate of jealousy so far, but no burning. The fact that you got a jealousy is pretty good. I mean, Refine 1 wings are a pretty big upgrade. But burning is probably the biggest one because of how much attack it gives. Oh, Battle Square started. Oh well. That's another thing I've been meaning to do for Raid, is like showcase Battle Square. Like, one guy's actually making a video of like different Battle Squares in Raid. Yeah. I'm willing to play, like, FR without the music. It won't be a problem. That's not the main problem. It's just, it'll mostly just be, like, leveling up. Because I want to rush to 90 so that I could do event maps to farm, like, Divine Seraphic and stuff. Which won't take me super long to do, because I've done it before. On my Sork, I literally grinded all Divine Seraphic from the one event. If I want to do Chaos Bone hard, then I need to either do it on Destroyer or Ninja, since I don't have Paris Wings on Savage yet. To be fair, Paris Wings ain't that are Paris Wings expensive here? You could go Elga Wings, but you would need a lot more resistances to make up for the lack of defense. I'm going to be seeing this cutscene a lot today. I don't even know how long I plan on streaming, to be honest with you, because I got plans later today. I don't think so, but I'm not sure how many there are on market since Hero doesn't drop them. I never knew Hero didn't drop Paris Wings. I thought it was like Elga Hard, where like everyone drops, where it drops everything just like normal mode does. swings are 4 to 2k. I imagine, because, like, a lot of people farm rare mode for, like, before, like, you changed it. People still farm rare mode. Hard Elga doesn't drop bloody or earrings anymore for quite some time, actually. If I get a burning super early, then that won't be bad, because then I can just speedrun normal mode for bloody. Yeah, because, like, if I get a burning super early, then I can just speedrun normal mode. Bad RNG screaming at me. If I do get the burning super early, then I'll just spam normal mode for a bloody crystal, make the weapon, and then proceed to do dark element dungeon and farm socket hammers and dark cards until I get, basically, the stream will turn into gearing for Chaos Bone. Like, I'll start spamming, because I have a lot of boss rush tickets. I have max resting on monster rush. I can start farming a bunch of stuff once I get this burning piece and a bloody. I'm basically banking that in this stream I get both the chase drops from both the modes. Which is funny. I mean, like, it won't take me that long. First clear was only 16 minutes in, but it's pretty easy to do like 4+ runs an hour with this. Can I get it? No. It will actually it'll show up in broadcast right after the cutscene ends, I think, if I get it. Oh, hey, I got a tail. Hey, exchanger win. I have like 15 of these things. I will get these 2 chests because it gives dust and money. I would really like the exchanger for the burning tail because I need because I have like 15 of these things now. Yeah, I have 18. I have 18 burning tails. The worst part is, they can't be account vaulted. The question is into what? Burning tails into a burning, into a burning power. You don't have to make it, like, low. Make it, like, 25 or something. Make sure I'm on hard mode. I don't know. I know eventually when Chaos Bone actually drops, you'll make a pity system for the burning power. I'd rather not wait for the pity system to drop, but though I'd rather actually like show I can do the grind. Actually, I just realized something. Like, this was just a random thought that popped into my head. Viso, you fixed the groggy mechanic. Like, you fixed it to where groggy doesn't launch mobs anymore. You inadvertently made Chaos Bone a bit easier. Because you made it to where when you pass the groggy check, you kill it significantly faster because it doesn't get launched. I don't know, just a random thought that popped into my head. It was just like... Then again, if you land the groggy, like, you deserve the W anyways, so... Groggy probably won't be your worry. No, it'll probably be the inflated stats. Just because. Because I don't know how much Dark Resist the raid will be balanced around. My goal is to get at least 50, while still having, you know, attack sockets to work with. Which will need, I think, full 5-star at the very least with the accessory set. stream's got a delay. I'm watching the playback on YouTube, and there is like a bit of a delay in the stream, but it's like it's all right because okay, there it goes. It's caught up properly. Yeah, there's definitely a bit of a delay here. Hear an ambient background hum. That is my lawn. That is lawn care people. Alright, I'm gonna actually steal some house buffs. Speed up this ever so slightly. Let's see. There we go. Hold on. There we go, 94% final crit rate. And the runs continue. That was nearly sub 30 seconds. If I had landed, if he didn't do that shout there, that would have been a 30-second kill. Dumb dragon. Alright, Elga, come on. Let's keep the burning. Let's have the burning drop in less than 10 kills. I say this in like kill, I think 4? No, it's kill 3. I've done 3 kills so far. I think. Yeah, I did 3. So kill number 3. Let's see what we get. Like a whole lot of eyes. A night bat. I almost don't want to bid for it. This is cursed. 3 kills in, I get a night bat. Oh my god. I need to put up a log for like how many kills I got this stream and what drops I got. There we go, a night bat. Oh, and the bounty tokens. We need to keep those bounty scrolls in case I do get lucky. Egg drop rip. Drop might be a lot higher than body burning piece. In normal it'd be the second rarest drop, so probably? I don't know the exact percentages. This isn't exactly a game where you can like bring up the exact drop rates. Fiso can, because he's the dev. He kind of has a general idea of how drops work. Okay, now we're gonna get some party play. This will speed things up a bit. Alright, so kill number 3 was a night bat. We'll go in a party for the back-to-back. Oh, hold on, we got a whole raid going here. Let's see if we get a whole raid going, that'd be nice. Whole group spam raid, that'd be fun. Did it in normal mode. He did it in normal mode. Rip. I knew something was up. Oh look, it's Damien. I do like this new equip screen. That's nice. What's my move speed at? 430? Oh, yeah. Oh, I got Awakening bugged. Rip. That's the only reason I don't like running in bigger groups. Oh well, I'll do a lot less damage, but we have an Overlord and several ninjas. Someone's bound to have working Awakening bars. We get to see the new DPM meter in action. Of course, the Sentinel. I think this is a plus 20 R2 Sentinel. And the worst part is, the Dragoon in the party is in the other team, so I don't get time reverse. Which means the other ninja will probably be out damaging me and Elga himself. Let me see if I can, like, erase Warriors Bonds before the raid starts. Like, remove buffs. I think, like, it happens more frequently if you have, like, 2 rows of buffs sometimes because of all the party buffs. Hopefully I have Awakening. If I do, then this, like, phase 3 will be over in an instant. Nope, still bugged. Still doing decent. I'm still doing decent DPS, even with the what's it called? Even with the Awakening Bug, I'm still like number 2 in DPS. That's actually not bad. Especially because there's an Overlord. Especially because there's an Overlord and rank 1 is like plus 20, like Refine 2. Okay, there we go. Okay, the ninja's actually doing dagger spam now. I can kind of tell. Alright, about 7 mil DPS, phase 2's down. Damn, I haven't seen the full man DPS meter in action before. I didn't test it either. Yeah, it's not bad. Only thing is that the names kind of add on as players are starting to damage it, and occasionally, like, the names go blank. That's, like, one visual bug, but it still seems to be functioning properly. It still shows, like, top to bottom, and, like, the rates sort of adjust as needed. Also, it's kind of hard to test a full 8-man DPS meter with one person. So that's fair. Because then you'll be like, no multi-clienting. But I need to do an 8-man DPS test, so 1 second. Oh god. All these animations in this big old blue dragon, this big old purple dragon, this cannot be good for... Or, well, as many as I can define the max. The way it made it shouldn't matter whether it's 1 or 1,000, because it just generates more entities, or as well as many as I can define the max. To be fair, the most amount of people ever intended for any content in the game is about 30. Which is Community Dungeon with max capacity, because the max capacity is 32, or Emporia War, because the max capacity is about 20 people. Or some servers that have 20v, like that have 15v15 in Battle Square or something. So realistically, you'll never see more than like 30 people attack something at once. Which, I mean, that would have this meter literally going all the way to the ceiling. But it still functions pretty well. Alright. Oh, I got a tail. I got another tail. That's 19 now. Even if you can't fit that many players on the screen with the UI. Alright, anyone's lucky? I got a tail, Luke got a tail, and that's it. And Damien was top DPS, because, you know, he's probably the most geared in the server. He's probably the most geared sentinel in the server. Gonna show off Damien's gear, but I think he crashed. Okay, that name's inappropriate. I'm gonna need to bleep that. Hold on, webcam, protect me. Okay, yeah, don't look at this gentleman's name where my webcam is blocking. It was fun. Guess it's the first hard Elga I do in a group because of Burning Peace shenanigans. Yeah, that's fair. A lot of people want this drop. It's the chase drop, and yeah, that name is funny. The funny thing is I don't think any server has ever punished a player for an inappropriate name. I don't even know how good the censorship is for Dragonica's names, anyways. It was still nice to do a full 8-man. You don't get to do that too often. Official? Yeah, well, official, you'll get forced to name change just for having like Puck Popcorn in your name or something like that. It's like he'll go crazy on the censorship. There's a leaf blower outside. If there is an issue, it's in the XML that blocks certain nicks. Yeah. Basically, you have to edit and adjust particular filters and apply particular words to like be no-goes. Oh, some 4-man, that'll be easy. Adjust the level. Adjust the level. I cannot to join. The encoding fucks up 24/7. I imagine it does. Is this guy able to do hard mode? No, he is not. Unfortunate. And then it breaks the XML. Yeah, there was that sort of there was a sort of like theory that the reason they wouldn't allow what do you call it? I should get rid of Thief's Stealth. I don't need the attack speed. I want to see if that prevents the bugging from happening. Yeah, it was a theory that the reason why they were more hesitant to include 3-letter and lower names was because something in 3-letter names would mess with, like, I guess the XML or something. Nope, still bugged. The worst part about it bugging is that it doesn't register any, like, passive move speed buffs. Like, I deliberately... But yeah, there's, like, a rumor that, like, 3-letter names mess with, like, the XML or something like that. But I think that was just, like... misinformation spread by like Popcorn and other devs to keep people from making a ton of 3-letter names. Yeah, I figured it was like an old developers like I think it was like an old developers like wives' tale like thing, like they made up like a misinformation campaign they did to prevent people from just spam making 3-letter and 2-letter names. Or names with like symbols or something. You lose plef plus every passive buff you have. Yeah. It just sucks because a lot of my damage is tied to Awakening, Shadow, Crossblade, Aspect of Shadow. Like, I get a ton of boss damage out of that, and I'm still like matching this Overlord, but it's still. But yeah, like, unofficial Popcorn and I think some of the GMs there have spread, like, a misinformation campaign that, like, a 3-letter name messes with, like, the data or XML or something like that. So they basically, they didn't force any name changes, but they made it to where you can't have a 3-letter name on character creation. And then you can't request a 3-letter name change with the item if you have it. Which sucks because... you know, originally when I made the newbie guide, I wanted Nui to have a 3-letter name, but I knew like it wouldn't happen, so I had to add an extra I. Now Nui is my Sorkin in EU, who is like, I want to say 1/12 of the way to fully geared. I have to legend everything, randomize for crit damage, get full sockets, divine seraphic up to like 7-star, divine the accessories. It's way too much work on that server. That's another thing. It's like, I don't know whether to just stream Swordmaster content or just stream trying to gear my Sork in divine dungeons. I think I'd have to mix it up in the future. That's just me thinking out loud, though. Yeah, no, this is hard mode. It's just much lower HP because it's half the party size. I was thinking, it's like, wait, Devil Rich died a little too fast there. I guess because last run I was with an archer, that's why I didn't lose that much move speed. Because Sentinel buff gives move speed. I knew he was gonna go over there because he was about to enter groggy while doing his dash attack. I know what causes that DPS meter bug. Oh, the one where the names like disappear and it shows like default text. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get rid of this defense buff. I don't really need it for hard mode Elga. Yeah, that was happening a few times during the 8-man run. It's when nobody attacks. Yeah, but I mean it's purely visual. The DPS meter is still going. Yeah, it's still trying to run all the calculations of like all the people. I wish I could. I need to figure out how to get chat to show up in the corner of the stream. String is grabbing it still from an old version where it looks into player count strings. Yeah, it'll say like player count, deal damage, etc. It'll probably be fixed when you add like a permanent version that just stays up constantly. That way it won't, you know. Yeah, but that's the one thing I need to look into is I'm gonna look into like profiles to try and copy one of that has like the chat in the background and put it in the stream. Problem is I'm gonna need like a black box or something to put over it for the game. No, I just need to push a new EXE. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, this temporary version is still good. I mean, you're not really going to be looking into a DPS meter when clearing the dungeon's regular mobs. That's just way too... Like, that's just unnecessary, to be honest with you, needing it for regular mobs. Unless those mobs are exceptionally tanky. Which, you know, it's raids. They might be. I don't know, every other server has weird DPS meters. I think it's because they try to copy, like, MapleStory 2's or something, where it's like... Hey, if you jump, you get a burning power. Also, it says gullible on ceiling. There's too much of a delay. I can't get people with that without actually using chat. Speaking of misinformation, if you... That's my favorite prank to pull on people in Elga, is to tell people that you can jump in the barrier. PSA, don't jump in the barrier during the flame attack. It gets rid of the block rate shield and you'll instantly die. Anyone get lucky? 2 people got tails. That's it. And the Overlord beat me in damage. I'm surprised. Actually, no, not really. He did better in, like, some of the other phases. And we were roughly equal during Elga itself. Yeah, the damage calculation for, I'm gonna wait for him to... We'll take a little bit of a break while I change PC... While he changes PCs. I'm actually gonna go to just chatting for a second to see if I can copy the chat box. Yeah, there it is. Theme clean. I wonder if I can, like, copy. Actually, let me see. Chat box. Add source. Add existing source. Move it to, like, right here, and we will condense it down. Like this. And yeah, it'll be, like, right. Set the priority about here-ish. Yeah. Okay. Should be able to see it now more clearly. I'm waiting for the fourth in my party to change PCs. Let me see here. Let's see. Boxed. Old school. Let me see what's old school look like. No. That looks fine. I'll have to, like, test it. Hold on. Let me go to the stream itself. Look like. Okay, there we go. Yep, it's working. Alright, now we got the chat box in the actual stream. That's something I've been meaning to do. And my overlord is back. Oh, hold on, chat. It's him! It's Merlin! We found him! He's outside of Cryos! He's finally broken free! Alright. Oh, let me change it to hard mode. No, don't be rude. So, everyone else jokes about you being, like, permanently bound to F1 Cryos. Least I could do is be it. This guy's a legend, by the way. This is a legend right here. Yep, still bugging. I'll figure out the bug for this awakening eventually. Like, I'm sure people will figure it out and fix it, because other server... Problem is not too many servers use fellowship parties, so I can't really see if it works in other servers. Like, EU only had... Like, the last fellowship raid for EU is level 90, and people don't even run it anymore because there's 2 entire, like, updates worth of gear beyond it. boy, here goes Diabolix, spamming his minions again. I do love that I went out of my way to raid token buy the entire Courage backpack outfit just to get the backpack, just to put on my snowman so it's on fire. Is naked feral allowed on YouTube? I have yet to ever be age restricted for an invoker using Barbarian, so I don't know. Besides, he's in his boxers. If Mario can be in his boxers with nips out and everything, I'm pretty sure Dr. Feral can. Besides, it might not even be Feral. It might just be like one of Popcorn's 65 Feral OCs. Like Laryl, or Daryl, or Harold, or Gerald. I lied. There's only like 3 of them, but it's easy to make fun of him. But yeah, I have no idea if invokers, if the priest's freeze skill would trigger the YouTube censorship. I mean, if modern Cartoon Network could get away with having a man of the exact same build in his boxers, what's to stop a Korean MMO from the late 2000s? Yeah. Yeah, it's not... They haven't responded yet. They probably won't respond. So yeah, I'm trying to get background music for these streams. And there's one channel that's promising, but these channels typically have guidelines where it's like, hey, you need to like credit our videos. And I'm like, okay, that's fair and good. If I want to loop a song in a stream or a video, I have you on my TV now. I don't know how good my streams look on TV. This monitor is slightly bigger than 1920, but it's nothing 4K by any means. Yeah, your bitrate is crappy. It is, because I think I only have my bitrate set to about the amount for, like, the bare minimum for 1080. To be fair, I don't even think this game ever, like, I don't think any server in this game has 4K support for this. I don't really plan around, like, people streaming on TV, though. Then again, I've been described as good side monitor content, so perhaps I should? I think if I ever upgrade my PC, I'll definitely, like, push to have more 4K streams. Well, the way things are going in the world, I don't think that's going to be anytime soon. Maybe in the next few months I can start upgrading parts, but not until, like, you know, family budget matters get settled. Actually, let me move the chat around a bit. Like, just see. No, here's good. I just gotta remember it's gonna look crappy with some of the cutscenes. Yeah, you probably can't even see, like, the chat replay properly. Also, I don't know if I can, let me see if I can make this a different color. Hide delay, chat delay, always show messages, disable message animations. No, I can't. And another night bat. Our luck is cursed today. Our luck is cursed today, boys and girls. I'll bid for it. I don't even think you can. You can't you can market sell the eggs. You can't market sell everything else. And someone else got it. Yeah. From what I've seen, Dragonica kind of supports 4K gaming. They kind of went out of their way to do stuff like that. Like, they tried to tweak up the graphics and, you know, make everything a bit shinier, and they redid the whole UI. So they redid the whole UI, they did all that. That's the main reason, I would say. I don't know if it looks good, though. I mean, I've heard some really mixed topics on in terms of how it plays. With one guy on Reddit talked about how the game was completely and utterly unplayable, while some people say they've never seen that bonus before. Spam to the die. Yep, spam to the die. Oh, Easter event. You can complete this activity 20 times. Oh, okay, so I've done it 2 out of 20. So, I think. Alright. But yeah, I do not know if Drago's supporting 4K is exact, like how good it looks. I don't know if I'm going to be playing Drago anytime soon. Probably not. I don't know. People keep telling me to try it now after the beta and everything like that, but I don't know if I can, to be honest with you. Like, because I played it in the beta, and like for a good while after the beta, it was like it slowed to a crawl after a while. And I don't know if I'd play it purely for PvP either. Be nice if this guy could join. Also, the nice thing about the new gear score update is that you can kind of see other players' gear score now. You originally couldn't with the new UI update. see if anyone else wants to join before I start. There we go. We're about halfway in the souls we need without having to touch bounties. I guess these two are done. I guess these two are done. Oh well. We'll just keep running. World boss was up. I already cleared level 80 today, this week, so... Korean publisher stopped supporting the games. That's why it's not getting new content, because I've always wondered why we aren't getting new classes and raids. So, development... So, around the time of Chapter 5, development for the game basically halted. Gravity Games basically redistributed, like, production to a mix of mobile games and Ragnarok port servers. Basically, they relaunched Ragnarok in multiple different servers and such, while doing mobile games. This happened late into Chapter 5 until... And this is all the official story, by the way, nothing to do with private servers. This happened until, coincidentally, and with probably sheer dumb luck, a volunteer moderator and official said, hey, I run a small-time like gaming company that does game development. All for it, and somehow managed to form a contract with Gravity Games to take over as the primary developer for the official server. You know him and dread him as Popcorn. Now, at first, development continued, and things just kind of went, you know, for the better. Like, you know, he changed around some things, he had some decent ideas, he took down player suggestions, he leaned the game away from play to win, and players were genuinely impressed by him. There were some skeptics, and they were now understandable skeptics because they experienced some of his attitude firsthand. But, like, everyone was happy to just have active development again. And then around probably Arcadia Part 3, things started to go downhill. Some would say sooner. I say around Arcadia, like late into Arcadia 2, into Arcadia 3, his personality started to shine a bit more. And he just started becoming a bit of an asshole. He started banning players left and right, going back on old development decisions. We don't know the whole story, and if the official server closed and his NDA expired, he probably will never tell the full story. So, yeah, the development of official is still active. He who must not be named. Yeah, it's like Voldemort. He'll find you. But, yeah, we don't know. The development on the official server is still a thing, but it's in a state of depression, is the best word to describe it, because, like, updates are stale, pay to win is rampant, the player base count is at probably an all-time low for genuinely active players, and although there's a new episodic update planned sometime this year, we don't have exact dates, no teasers or anything of the sort to kind of hype us up. I mean, Popcorn's company isn't a proper company, only legally. Yeah, he probably does all of the, like, the required stuff to be legally recognized as a company, but it's probably, to a company, the way that, like, Bro became the fox as the game develops, Evolved is complete shit. Evolved is shit. I'll be honest with you, my review of Evolved was genuine and neutral as I could make it, without going into the, this is crap, please revert it territory. Because I explained the good and the bad. The good was, Popcorn did some homework when making for it, like, he knew not to give daggers cooldown reduction, he knew not to give, like, you know, summoner too much stuff, but then he was like, but then he went around and said, like, well, summoners can't use cast time bonuses anymore. He's the Yandere dev of Dragonica. Okay, to be on the fair side, if there are some people who have his official code, because I think Arcadia 1 leaked at some point, and I haven't heard anything from them saying that, you know, he used 50,000 lines of code for a single NPC walk cycle. True story, by the way, if you ever play Yandere Simulator, if you ever, like, look into the code of Yandere Simulator, it is one of the most gargled messes of a code developers have ever seen. I can dagger spam again, Elga. There you go. And I know I can do over 500 mil damage in the duration. And as far as I know, Re is using those files, and SpidPex 2 are similar to that. I don't know if SpidPex is. Re, I think, is, because, not to throw shade at Re, but when I saw that one of their developer videos showed the entirety of Dalcia and the rune system from EU, it wouldn't shock me if they did. Lavalon Greg Saga also. I don't know about Lavalon, but don't take my word for it. Here's the thing. I know it's the Arcadia 1 files, so it's probably Popcorn at its best. It's pre-evolved, new element system, etc. So it's not bad. Like, they took what is arguably his best work. It's still... It's still not the best that they could have done. And, oh god, what is this garbage? Oh, look at this. Oh, this is disgusting. Yeah, it's Arcadia 1, so, like, it has the Sky Garden, it has the new elements. Re has a lot of EU's ideas and assets, that's for sure. Yeah. And this, again, this is not to cause drama or throw shade or anything. They did it specifically to spite the dev, which is one of the reasons I don't play Re. Like, but I'm asking myself how those files leaked. I don't know, to be honest with you. It could have been bad encryption. It could have been, like, it could have been bad encryption. It could have been an old, like, team member in Popcorn. Yeah, FR does take assets from dead games. Like, the mobs in Isaurus and Alderman are from a dead game. And the music is, like, you know, probably used to be copyright-free music of another game, or whatever. Which is why I got copyright striked for it, because it's probably still a thing. But, like, you know, it's hard to talk morals in the world of private server development. Because I could say, like, oh, well, these guys stole these files. Well, they're all stealing from Gravity Games. I can't really say what's fair. But yeah, it's like saying, hey, it's like getting on, you know, it's like getting on someone for stealing the ideas for your Super Mario 64 ROM hack, but Super Mario 64 but you stole it, but you had to develop it from Nintendo. You had to take it from Nintendo somehow, and you can argue, like, the semantics of, like, where Nintendo got that idea from, and it's like, yeah, well, we'd be at it all day. But the thing is somehow it leaked. Somehow, I want to say, my personal theory was that it was kind of early into Popcorn's, like, development repertoire with Dragonica, and he didn't encrypt it properly. Which is probably the best answer, is that, oh, well, it was Popcorn's first major update for the game since, like, forever. Ideas are a bit of another story. Yeah. Everyone has ideas, and you could say, like, those ideas were used, and you could say, like, you can take inspiration, for example, like, some ideas I have for bosses take direct inspiration from bosses of other MMOs, because I think they'd fit Dragonica's style. Like, it's one thing to say, like, concepts and whatnot, like, but let's, like, so that's why we'll redirect it back to what, like, is already out there and developed and made for specific servers. But yeah, the gist of it is they did leak, and whether or not it's cool for them to use them is up for debate. Like, yeah, it's arguably the best of when Popcorn was a developer, but at the same time, like, you know, what all did they do with it? Like, they're not going to copy Dungeon of Destiny, because that dungeon's god-awful. They're not going to copy Cryos Unleashed, because that dungeon's god-awful. Nobody's even going to probably touch Pixel Saga with a 13-foot pole. Unless there's something they would want to do with the Pixel system. Like, I'll be honest with you, if you gave the Pixel system, like, a different functionality, like, things like different types of passive bonuses and all that, I'm pretty sure it would be useful. Even though the Pixel Saga gameplay itself is terrible. Like, the system itself could have been reworked into something interesting. You know, like the rune system. I think the rune system from EU is what the Pixel system should have been. Where it's like, each pixel, you get like 4 different types of pixels. They're separate from gear. And you do pay cash to upgrade them, but it's like, the base ones are still pretty good. And what you can do is, they do things like augment skills, damage, and passive effects and all that. But yeah, Pixel Saga is terrible, and I'll be honest with you, it's another one of those, like, parts of Official that, if you ever replay Official, you'll find nobody doing. Like, people will grind it passively. That's the main way they play Pixel Saga. It's that they just grind it passively, and they do it after they max literally everything else. Well, I matched that summoner's DPS. That's impressive. Hold on. I'm sick of my pet not spawning now that the awakening bugs worked. There we go. But yeah, like, that's the story of Official. Like, back to the topic at hand, like, development for the Official server is still a thing. It's just very, very, very negatively reviewed compared to what it used to be. Which is why most people will tell you to, like, if you ever go on, like, an official, like, Discord thread or something that, like, you can't do it in Popcorn's Discord, obviously, you'll get banned on site. But if you ever go to, like, say, one of the few, like, active Dragonica communities, like Discord servers and subreddits, and say, hey, like, what's a good, like, getting back into Official, what to play, people will tell you, nobody's playing Official, go play this server. And, a bit of bragging rights, Raid Dragonica is among those servers now. It's one of those ones people are chiefly recommending to people wanting to get back into this game, which I'm definitely, you know, impressed by. The server's launch went beautifully, and I'm kind of glad. Because it is a good server. Don't let me bang my head on Elga over and over again, fool you. This is just to get, like, one final upgrade. This is how MMOs always are anyways. And my awakening bugged. My awakening bugged in the transit to the boss room because I forgot to remove the summoner's bird buff. I'm not saying that buff directly causes it, I'm just saying that, like, one, like, possible cause for the bugged awakening is just having too many buffs on your active bar. But we don't know for certain. And it's just going to get better. Yep, I am actually really excited to get back into Chaos Bone. That's why I'm rushing to get this. I know Chaos Bone is going to be just, you know, time away because it's a lot needs to go into rebalancing it and the Chaos tier and everything else. But I'm really excited to see, like, you know, players actively racing for first clears and endgame content on a fully active server. That didn't even work. can't wait to get a PC to play this game again. Well, actually I don't think you can play it on... No, you can't play it on tablet. Theoretically, you could. So, I'm pretty sure modern tablets have the power to run this game if there was a way to access the keyboard. Can't wait for balanced PvP without others. OP equip. User... I will say this, like... There are a number of servers that have active PvP communities. I know EU has Brawl mode, which is technically balanced gear, but I don't know how Reese is. Reese is probably pay to win, to be honest with you. Steam Deck, no. I'm sure this game is compatible on Steam Deck. Because you can... I'm pretty sure you can, because this game is always, like, ever since the very beginning has had gamepad support. So I'm pretty sure you can map like hotkeys to a Steam Deck. The only thing is that some classes use way more hotkeys than others, so it'd be complicated. I think you can Steam Deck Dragonica. Because a lot of like ex-spammer class mains will use gamepad, so they play on controller. If it has Windows and on Steam Deck, you use Wine at most, if at all. Dog Ally can use it, no problem. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Because, like, a lot of X-Patter for gamepad. I believe you do need Windows for Steam Deck. Yeah. If it's Windows compatible, then... If Steam Deck's Windows compatible, then it could probably run this game. Because I know people use Steam Deck to play other old MMOs on it. Like, from what I've read, like, people play old MMOs on Steam Deck a lot because it's more than capable of handling it. Oh, that's the wrong way. There we go. Oh my god, one dropped. We finally saw one. Oh man, I swear to god if this summoner jumped in and sniped it. Alright guys, let's go. This could end it right here, right now. One and four. No, the summoner sniped it! We at least seen them. They exist. I can't even be salty. I can't even be mad. I can't even be mad. I can't even be mad. He needs it anyways. Oh, wait. No, he has one. Wait, he's gotten it already. Yep, that's a 95k drop right there. 95k. Oh well. Well, at least we saw one though. That's good to know. They exist. We can go for the back-to-back. Damn though, that is huge. He's probably going to sell it or give it to a guildmate. Oh, well. Well, all we can do is just keep running. I'm going to go for the back-to-back. We got to go for the back-to-back. I know it stinks, but you got to... It's just the way it is. You can't just... You just got to keep moving. Get rid of these. Right. Oh. Now, hold on. I didn't realize I was in normal until... Damn. I've been the good one about that lately. Oh well, at least we didn't, like... At least we didn't get all the way to Elga before realizing it. Oh wait, hold on. There's a person in my party that's 79. That invoker still thinks is still in normal mode. There we go. Now it's properly plus 15. You know, actually, this is one thing I've always wanted to know, is just how much of a stat increase each enchant gives. Because, like, the mobs here are plus 15. How much does that give? Because I know it's like, the mobs with enchants get, like, slightly higher attack and defense, but I don't know, like, how much in particular. It's like 1x, 2x, some decimal point increase or something. Curious. Yep, I'm actually at 100% final crit rate during, with house buff in a party. That's good to know. It means I don't need that much going into Chaos Bone. I'll just need to get, a nature earring and belt. I gotta farm 2 more attack sockets and just a bunch of resist sockets. So probably once I get the Refine 2, I'm probably just going to go straight to Dark Dungeon. Assuming I'm not reducing final crit on Soulcraft. I'll be honest with you, I won't blame you if you do, because crit rate and crit damage is always meant to be kind of like a ratio in my opinion, where like you kind of want 1 to 10 or something like that. That's just a spitball answer based on other games, but like I think the game gets a bit nuts once everyone and like that's one of like my biggest critiques with EU is one of your priorities in EU is to get 100% final crit rate and as high crit damage as possible. And when I say high crit damage, I think you assume I mean like 600, 700. No. There are players in that server with 3,500 plus crit damage. With like max 2x expanders and everything. So I kind of see where you're coming from with wanting to adjust crit's value as a whole. Like having 2,000 crit damage in EU is normal. I don't know if that's meant to be normal in the game in general, and it kind of makes it difficult to balance around content around players with stupidly high crit rate and damage. Like, it's one thing, like, crit damage values are relatively fine, like, nothing really exceeds 350 without a heavy, heavy investment, and that's things like going for max soulcraft, like, soulcrafts, and 2x expanding everything, and max crit damage sockets, but like I said, that's a lot of investment. I did at the end of 21st pound. Yes, well, yeah, since the final balancing I did in the end of 2024, there was no balance patch really after it. Yeah, and you are going to have, I know you're going to have, you dev planned to have one before Chaos Bone drops, or probably as Chaos Bone drops. But I know for certain that, you know, there's going to be a lot that needs to go into, like, you know, how you want these chaos rates to be balanced. Especially Chaos Bone, especially when, like, you know, the Ice Dragon raid comes. Alright, let's see if the summoner's lucky and gets us the back-to-back. Because, like, I'm seeing a lot of red in the playback with crits. Love how Raid is able to balance all classes, especially in Bow and Summoner. I'm honestly shocked I'm able to compete with this Summoner because he's refined too and relatively well built. Alright, let's see. Nope, no back-to-back. But yeah, like, I'm pretty sure I'm only able to no back-to-back. That is a shame. The official literally killed them. Yeah, they're kind of, I would say they're dead in the road, but they took up the body and threw it in the trash. Like, you can't even play them to see how bad it is. It is bad though. Let's see, how much time? Let me check the time, because I do have a plan that I need to do later today. Okay, yeah, I got time for a few more. This was nice to get a stream and raid going. we go. Party level to none. Let's set it to hard mode. I think that's what happened. I tried to click hard mode and someone joined. Let me see if... Let's see if anyone else wants to join. Looks like no. I'll wait for a little bit to see if anyone else wants to join. I do want to get like a high number of people again. I think that's the best way to... Alright. First off, let me get rid of the summoner buffs. Let's see if that keeps me from... Yeah, it is kind of sucks that Official's best solution for rebalancing Drakons is to take them out to the back of the shed and kill them. I mean, they are strong in EU, but their like summoners are relegated to farming, and Twins got kind of mini reworked in EU to be better, to be a bit more fair to play. Yeah, my awakening bugged. Oh well. Alright. Yeah. Like I said, it is kind of a shame like Dragons couldn't be balanced on Official, and I know those replacement classes are not going to be anything to write home about. At least not compared to like what Swordmaster was for EU. I kind of like Swordmaster. They did patch a few things for it, like they finally added proper SFX to most of the skills. I still think their numbers need a bit tweaking, because like I don't even have like a plus 20 weapon yet, and the numbers for some of their skills go kind of hard. I still think there could have been a better solution for them, though. But, you know, I'm banned from that server, so I'm not going to even... I don't have to say anything salty about them. The idea of the X resistance is really dumb, to be honest. X resistance is... Here's the thing about X resistance. It's one thing to make it to where, like, boss enemies have a resistance to it, and that's a good way to, like, kind of say, like, keep its power, but not really gut it. What crossed the line for me was... he classified specific skills as X attack when they're clearly not. Like, it's one thing to constitute, like, say, shoot down as one, because shoot down as a hotkey, that's down an X. Or it's one thing to constitute, say, you know, like, say, what's it called? Like the summoner jump in the air and down X spam attack skill. I don't know Dragon skill names. It's another, however, to say like, oh, well, we want to constitute this skill as an X spam, even though it's not really spammed like X spam, and you can't hotkey it with the X spam. And we also want to make mobs that are completely immune to X attack for no discernible reason other than just to force X spammers to use an occasional skill. X spammers already had reasons to need to use skill, whether it's for additional like side DPS or because of, say, you know, it's better to clear mobs with skills than with X attack. For example, a destroyer likes to use Gatling Rush and shoot down and multi-shot and all that in between using their X attack to clear packs of mobs, because you can just hold X like this with 2 action shot enabled and deal a lot of area of effect damage, but it's not as, say, powerful as, you know, actually using your skills. Like Overlord can X spam. They can X spam. They have attack speed on a number of their sets in official. It's not the way you want to play the game, though. What I think should have been done was X resistant mobs have like a 50% resist, and bosses have an X resist, and keep it purely to X attacking. Noises. Yeah, like the general gist of what my like point is there shouldn't be complete X immunity on mobs. That's just absurd. And you can't just class specific skills as X attack skills for the sake of making those mobs immune to said skills. Because it just says you have a problem with how those particular skills are balanced, and rather than, say, tweak numbers, makes weaker things stronger, etc., you're just saying, well, we're going to just delete the overpowered thing. Twin wasn't overpowered in PvE, it was primarily overpowered in PvP. And most of Twin's major bugs got fixed, if not all of them. So that's, like, again, deleting something. Like, that's popcorn solution, is something is overpowered, is to hard nerf it into the ground, and then try to, like, you know, band-aid fix it with some copy-paste skill that doesn't really do anything to fix the main issue. Like, giving summoners a sorcerer energy ball is not going to fix all their problems. Invoker, it's okay, well, it's relatively decent. That's why, like, when I talk to, like, people about class balancing in Raid Dragonica, they tell me, like, hey, do you think Ninja is too strong? No, he did X resistance to fix the botting in F1. Well, this was... And that's another thing. I'll tell you this, and this is with genuine honesty, I've only ever seen, like, there are bots for F1, there are bots for, like, dailies and all that. Like, they existed in Dragonica, in Dragon Saga, but it was literally just one guy. It was one guy. It was 1 or 2 guys, and they ran it in the background while playing something else, or watching videos or something, and, yeah, that was it. And, like, there were people back in the day of, like, Chapter 5 who ran a bot farm and element dungeon to farm 6-star cards, but the only dungeon they could feasibly run was the ice dungeon. Every other dungeon messed up the bot script. Like, they couldn't run Lavalon because you couldn't script a bot to do the mana bullet key when the mana bullet drop is random. You couldn't run Nature because it was Reviewus, and 80% of what Reviewus does was knockback. And you couldn't run Dark because it was a Kanai and he was absolutely, like, you know, horrible to farm. So they did Ice because not only was the Ice dungeon a straight line, but the boss was Avice. And Avice is piss easy. yeah, botting did exist in Dragon Saga, but the people who bought no longer play. So he made a solution to fix a problem of something that, like, you know, as game developer, he has, you know, authorization to view the statistics of, and sees that the problem no longer needs to be fixed. But the main thing is takeaway is, if you're balancing a game, you balance it based on what is weakest. You crank up the weakest and only crank down the strongest if there's an absolute necessity to crank down the strongest. Like, if he wanted to say take summoners and lower their power level by about 20% or so, and then raise every other class's power level to match, like varying amounts, like Sork and Savage don't need that much, Invoker needs a bit more, Destroyer needs a bit more, etc. Yes, and he made everyone else stop too. Yeah, well, he made everyone else stop normal farming now, because he completely gimped the gold market for the game. No matter who you are, like, you play an MMO, there is a drive to have value on your account. There's an Asian subculture for, like, gacha games and these old types of games where you wailed to gear your account as much as possible to make the best character possible. It's why, no matter what, your server, Spidpex's server, FR, Lavalon, pick a server, there are going to be whale players. But official, the whales on that server, they have no motivation to keep whaling. Their main account got banned. Like, their main account could get banned simply out of spite. Alright, how many more runs do I have? I'm not gonna be able to leave for a little while. Let me actually check something. If I'll join this party. Well, I would. Yeah, before I stopped. I can't join. Okay, there we go. Now I can join. Oh, by the way, Fiso, there's this weird visual bug if you do this. Oh, well, it didn't happen this time. But sometimes if you're in, okay, well, like, sometimes if you're in a tab like this and you want to equip something, boom, your inventory's blank. Alright, let's see. We got a Savage, a Ninja, an Overlord, a Dragoon, 2 more Ninjas, and a Savage. It's just a visual bug. You close and reopen the inventory, it's fixed. Oh, hey, my awakening works. Oh, now Fiso's here. We can see the, he can see the, he can see the full rate, like near full rate, DPS meter in action. Since he never properly got to test it. I lost count of how many runs I did, by the way. Actually, no, I can... Hold on, I think I can gauge it. Elga is 5 points. So Elga is 5 points, and we have 15 of these. You need 20 for the coins. Have I done 20 runs? I don't think I've done them that fast. I'm gonna rename the stream to Solomon loses track of time and goes criminally insane. There's a lot of purple in this party. We got 5 thieves and 2 warriors. This is a very new origin party for Elga. We're just missing an invoker. Savage. Clearly unbalanced. So if I click your Savage and I say a 10-star accessory... Wait, no, I know you have a 10-star on that character. I think you have a 10-star necklace. until the, I would have waited to do Step to the Beat until the boss fight started, because Elga's first phase cutscene's like 12-15 seconds. Oh god, he's gonna loop me. Yep, he's gonna loop me. Up, there goes my aspect of shadow. Yep, there I go. There I go. Just trying to top the DPS meter here. Oh well, I still did second highest damage. Which server are you on? This is Raid Dragonica. Yeah, one of the two main servers I play are Raid Dragonica and Dragonica EU, but this one's Raid Dragonica. You can tell because it uses a DPS meter and the old style for crit hits. Alright, Elga, that is... I don't know how many kills. Someone get something? Please, just... Nope. Some tail drops, but no... I have 5 at a... So if I get 5 of these each time... I'm trying to see how many runs I've done. So I get 5 of these every 4 runs. I've done 13 runs so far. I'm gonna do one more. If we get it, we get it. If we don't, then them's the breaks, kid. Me on the Paladins team. This is restarting. Okay. I've done 2.5 hours of runs without restarting, so yeah, it's been about 13 runs, so we just gotta keep going at it later on. Keep hitting that grind, you know. Do it off stream, do it on stream later today or so, whatever. I don't know if I'm gonna stream tomorrow before work or not. I mean, we're getting a lot of gold back to make the actual Refine 2 weapon when it does come. Hey, wait, hold on, hold the heck up. Why is there 2 Dragoons in one team? Man, this is some bull. Broken Fiso deals so much damage as Vanilla Savage. Savage in this server ain't vanilla. They've been buffed a number of times. Also, he has a 10-star destruction accessory. I think it's destruction, but he has 10-star accessories, which feasibly, unless you wail hard on raid tokens, you are never going to normally get. I say normally. I think Kura is at 9-star. It has 9-star accessories because he buys raid tokens with gold whenever he can. But yeah, if I had like the same accessories, I'd probably like if me and Fiso had the exact same like accessories and gear 1-to-1, like this would be a much different kind of DPS meter. Savage is admittedly on the weaker side of things for classes in this server. Gee, gang, how come Mom lets you have 2 paladins? I see someone's bloody roar is still on during the cutscene. Rookie mistake. Buff drill so it ticks more damage. Which drill? Upper screwdriver? Or the actual drill skill? The drill skill is not really that. It doesn't hit that much. I know he buffed Chain Hurricane Kick, but nobody uses Chain Hurricane Kick, so. Oh my god, everything's... The actual drill skill is actually painful, but it ticks less. I think it does actually hit multiple times at higher levels, but I don't know, I've never really even seen it used as an offensive skill. I've seen it mostly used to maneuver around. It's one of those mobility skills mainly. Oh, there I go. Oh, the Sentinel ulted. I was like, what's that box? I'm off to bed, Solo. Stay cool, man. You too, Fiso. You have yourself a good night, man. Thank you for coming by the stream. Hope to see you next time. Part of me forgets that that a lot of my viewers are in like other countries. Let's think about Dragonica. Let's think about streaming Dragonica. Your audience is way all over the place. Elga. Stop being a dick. Half our awakenings are bugged. It's gonna take long enough to kill you as is. If you jump, you get a free burning power. There's too much of a stream delay. I can't tell them to do that. If my stream was 1-to-1 with the gameplay, I could probably get away with that. Just subliminally try and get people to die in Elga. Alright, and for the last time today, I'm going to see this cutscene. We want to get it big. Come on, Elga, let's get it big. Just one more burning piece scene today. That's all I ask. No more night bats. That's all I ask. I'm not here for pet rolls. No direct drop. Got some tails, and no, no one got it. Oh well. GG's. That's enough out of me today. I'm a little burned out. This snowman's pooped. Hold on, this is a more appropriate emote. Alright, there we go. Yep. I want to thank everybody for coming on by. We did a lot of runs today. I think I could bring up the exact number we did now. Yeah. We did 2 plus... We did 14 whole runs of Hard Elga in about a little under 3 hours. Some group, some solo. We saw 1 burning piece and 2 night bats. That is cursed. And only one of those was in my name, and it wasn't the one I wanted. But it's whatevers. Thank you guys so much for coming on by to the stream. Any new viewers here, feel free to subscribe if you want to see more. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Stay frosty.